It's HBR1, All Things Considered, and I'm Dave Lawrence. Coming up on Saturday, legendary musician David Crosby starting a tour of the Aloha State, pair of shows at the Blue Note Hawaii and Waikiki before hitting the Honoka'a People's Theater July 8th, the MAC July 9th, and the Kauai Beach Hotel on July 10th. The Rock and Roll Hall of Famer joins us now. Aloha, David. Good to have you with us.
I have to tell you, I'm a big fan of NPR. I listen to two things, really, on the radio. I listen to NPR and I listen to BBC, and that's pretty much where I get all my news.
Wonderful to have you home. You know, when I was thinking about your life, working with your son James, including on your most recent release, Cross, must be a particularly rewarding experience. Can you share some highlights of that?
Oh, man, it's so good. In the first place, he's a really nice guy. But if anybody ever tells you that the music thing isn't genetic, you tell him to come talk to me. Because he was a musician already for like 15, 20 years before he found out that I was his dad. You can't track from the parents down. You can only track from the kid up. So I knew he existed, but I couldn't go find him. But he could find me, and he did. He didn't bring the usual baggage. He gave me a clean slate and a chance to earn my way into his life, and that was a joy. And he and I write really well together. We kind of know where the other one's going. It's an immensely emotionally and artistically satisfying thing.
And in an interesting way, sort of, when fans think about you and going all the way back, looking at your interest in performing, kind of look at how you may have been influenced at a young age, any impact your own father's cinematographer career had on your drive to be a performer.
Well, I thought I wanted to be in movies. I thought I wanted to be a movie actor because my dad made films and I was around them making films, and I thought, wow, that's pretty great. And girls like you if you've been in a movie. And then I started singing, and that was it. As soon as I started singing professionally in coffee houses, I was completely lost. I knew that I was supposed to be doing that, and it was all I wanted to do.
What sticks out as a critical development when you talk about that period precisely between your first solo session, let's say in '63, and forming the Byrds?
What stands out is that I didn't know anything. I had not the vaguest clue what I was doing, but I knew that I wanted to write songs, and that happened pretty quickly. They weren't good songs, but I did start writing songs pretty much right away. That foretold of a long and happy career of writing songs. Still, at my age, most people have sort of petered out. They don't feel like writing, either because they think they've said all they've got to say, or they just get lazy, or they just try to punch out a copy of the last hit. Either way, they don't do the same kind of writing that they did when they were young. And for some reason, I've had the longest, densest period of writing for the last 2 years. I've got 2 solo albums in the can.
Right.
Done over the last couple of months. I've been saving up songs since Cross because they come when they come and you pay attention and work on them. But 2 albums worth is a little much. It's like 18 songs. You know, my life's pretty wonderful. I'm sitting here, now mind you, this is all tinged by the fact that I'm sitting here on a porch looking out at Honolulu Bay.
Ah, you're right here in the islands already. Look at you, brother.
Oh, yeah, and it is totally wonderful.
On that, in interviewing artists, your sailing days have been brought up by other people who have mentioned hanging out with you either in Lahaina or different locations.
Yeah, I sailed here. Most people fly here. I sailed here from Mexico, 3,000 miles in a schooner. Before they had satellite navigation or anything, did it with the sextant and tables. Got here and just totally fell in love with the islands. I had been here before to play, but I hadn't really seen what they were like or been in the water or really got the vibe. I hung out in Maui at Mala Wharf, had anchored there for a long time, and then finally got a slot inside at the harbor. And I loved it. I spent a lot of time up in Kula visiting various herbal specialists, and that was a good euphemism, don't you think?
I love it. Very well said.
They should make it legal here. But anyway, later on, got turned on to the Big Island, and then last of all, got turned on to Kauai, and it's the one for me. I love them all. I love visiting Honolulu. I love everywhere in the state.
Did you sail this last time, or did you come on a plane?
Oh, no, we flew this time.
Okay, yeah. Well, you can't always sail. You've done it, and it's been there, done that, is sort of the thing.
Yeah, sailing around the islands is fun, but you got to understand that when you get out in between the islands, you're in the Pacific Ocean.
Especially Kauai and the rest of the chain.
Oh, yeah, it gets large out there in the slots. I remember being in the Alinihaha going across the Big Island. The rain was blowing so hard in the wind that we had to wear dive masks to look to windward because it hit you in the eye too hard. It's serious out there in the channel.
Yeah, especially when we have our small craft advisories.
Oh, yeah. They're very serious small craft advisories. Take them very much to heart.
There you go, brother.
I love being in the water. Very healthy. We just finished walking down to the pier.
That little stream there is a great one to kayak in, too, when you talk about the therapeutic value.
Oh, yeah. That's a really fun thing to do. We've been up that. Been over here so many times, man. I love it. I could live here. Not a problem. I could live here easy. You got the best food in the world. Fresh fish and fresh vegetables at the farmer's market. Can't beat that. Nothing like it anywhere.
You know who told me an interesting story when I had Melissa Etheridge on? I believe she said that there was a connection here. I think it was on Kauai when you did your formative contribution to her life, so to speak.
Yeah, it was right here where I'm sitting right now.
Amazing.
I'm sitting at the exact spot. She saw our kid, Django, and he was a spectacular little guy. And she said, oh, man, how do you get one of those? And Jan pointed at me. My wife volunteered me for the job, which I thought was very generous of her and very sweet.
I was thinking about your history, all the places you've been. It made me think of venues, the various Fillmores, Winterland. You've been at JFK Stadium for Live Aid. I even took my mom to see you at the Mann Music Center in Philadelphia in 1990.
I remember the Mann Music Center. That was a good venue. I like that place. My favorite is Red Rock in Colorado. And my second favorite would probably be the Santa Barbara Bowl, and my third would probably be SPAC, the Saratoga Performing Arts Center.
Saw the Allman Brothers there.
Oh, good night. So what island are you on? Are you on Honolulu?
Yeah, right in Honolulu. Maybe when you're in town, I could drag you over, or I'd come over there and meet up with you at the Blue Note.
Yeah, they told me that, and I'm fine with that. If we get the time, and we should have, I'll be glad to do that. Whichever, come to the gig, because the songs tell this whole story better than I can.
And on the note of the story, talk about how you put together the solo show that you're going to do, because I can imagine that many of your fans who have seen you in different configurations over the years are curious how you're going to be presenting things.
Yeah, sure. Some of them will be really pissed because there are band songs, where you have to have a lead guitar player and bass and drums and all that stuff that I don't do. Almost Cut My Hair, Wooden Ships, some of the ones that they like the best. There are other ones that you can do. Oh, God, two of those little red-headed cardinals just flew right in and landed on the chair right in front of me. There are other ones. I get to do stuff that's a little rarer, less often performed. Some new stuff that nobody's heard. I do more complex and nuanced kind of things that a band kind of overwhelms. I do some of the ones, Deja Vu, Guinevere, that I wrote that people like and will want to hear. It's kind of a mix. I talk a lot. I'm kind of goofy in the first place, and so I'm opinionated as hell. So I do sometimes get in trouble that way. I express opinions that people don't like.
When you talk about the storytelling and the modern interpretation of your work, I did see what looked like glowing reviews of you sitting in with David Gilmour not long ago from Pink Floyd.
Yeah, man, so much fun. He's probably my favorite guitar player, and singing with him is a joy because he's an incredibly good singer. Really nice cat. Wonderful cat.
When it comes to all those sessions that you've done, working with whether it's Phil Collins, James Taylor, Joni Mitchell, Elton, Carole King,
you really did your homework.
You were my mom's favorite. So when I name some of those sessions, are there things that come to mind about the special gift of getting to share that with them and use your talents to augment theirs?
I don't do it for anybody except friends. I do love doing it. I only do it when the song is good and makes me feel like that and contributing to it. And I only do it for friends, and I never do it for money. But I do have a lot of fun doing it.
It's a special gift to get to share that, and I'll respect your time and not talk you to death today.
If we can hook up, we can talk a lot more, and that'll be great.
And we will. I appreciate it. David Crosby is going to be at the Blue Note, a remarkable gig, as he's talked about, right in Waikiki. Hope you had fun talking today, David.
Thanks, man. I did. Aloha, it's David Crosby, and you're tuned to my friend Dave Lawrence.
It's been a long